Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rewind, the retro video game show coming to you live every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, right here on the AWS for Games channels on YouTube and Twitch. My name is Chris Melisinos, and I'm the principal evangelist for video games here at AWS. And on today's episode, I thought that we'd go ahead and take a look back at some MS-DOS games, back from when there were no Windows. You had to go ahead and manage all the memory that you had inside of your machine to make sure you could squeeze out as much performance as possible from your Intel-based 286, 386, 486 machine, and take a look at some of the games that were popular in that era, or not even popular, but well, I shouldn't say they weren't popular, but some are my favorites. So this one's going to be kind of a little bit of a rambling, reminiscent episode, but we're going to go ahead and dig in and play through just, experience some of what MS Games had to offer. So yeah, in doing so, what I'm going to do is, let me go ahead and change this this setting, so we can get a little bit of the audio in there. And yeah, so what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and select a game. We'll go ahead and get it set up. Now remember, we're playing these MS-DOS games. I need to go ahead and load those games right into memory here. So MS Flight Simulator, perhaps not too long to play. But we're going to take a look at some of those classics. So what I'm doing right now is going ahead and getting it set up so we can go ahead and jump into our first game. So let me go ahead and figure out what we're going to go ahead and play first. Again, this episode is going to be a bit more of a, not rambling, but playing through these games and kind of getting them set up. So you're going to hear me talk a bit about what those games were like back in the day. All right, now let me see here now. What I need to do is go ahead and look into, let's see, which games we're going to fire up here. No, not that one. Let's see. How about, oh, you know what? We're going to go and take a look at, there we go. Boulder Dash. Load Runner. Yeah, perhaps some of those there, Mr. Delora. Godspeed, Merrick. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, let me go ahead and see which ones we're going to jump into first. Let's see. Maybe. Let's see. If you have other ones, put in there. I'm going to go and look for Boulder Dash. I'm going to go ahead and look for Load Runner, see if I actually have them. And maybe we'll be surprised. Let me see. Yeah, so let's go ahead and... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can't give that one a shot. So let's head on over to the 8-Bit Living Room and see what game we have up here. Whoop. All right. Let's see. Let's get out of this studio mode right here. Oh, EMS system failed. So let's go ahead and switch back and try that one again. That was Load Runner. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go ahead and play that one, but I thought I was going to. So just give me a minute to figure that one out. Let me see. Which Civ or Warcraft? Yeah, so what we want to do, though, is play through some of these without having to go through a really long amount of gameplay, just because, it will take a long time to play through some of these. So let me see what we can do here. Yeah, look at that. So we're off to an exciting banger of a start.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me is exactly right. Yeah, the first game that I went ahead to jump into play, I'm not able to go ahead and play. So, yeah, let me check out which ones I am going to be able to play. So unfortunately, that one wasn't going to work. But you know what we will start? Let me see here. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and give this one a shot. All right. We're going to go ahead and jump into a game that I absolutely loved back in the day. And it is a Lucasfilm or LucasArts game. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump in and check that out. Back over to that 8-bit living room there, please. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop that music. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive into the world of Loom. So Loom was an earlier LucasArts game that I absolutely loved when it came out. And yeah, let's see. Select proficiency level. That will do standard efficiency. Let's see. Can we find these here? Here we go. All right. Let's see if we have our audio hooked up here. And if we're able to go ahead and grab those. Oh, shoot. Yeah, maybe not. All right, let me go ahead and check those properties. Make sure that we are streaming out that audio correctly there. Monitor only. Huh. Well, shoot. Now we're having a little bit of trouble getting that audio out there. Let me see what we can do about that. Let's try this here because we definitely need the audio for this. Otherwise, it's not going to be very good or compelling. So let's see. I wonder why we're not getting some of that audio. So yeah, let's go ahead and put a little bit of music on while we go ahead and get that fixed. So it was absolutely crazy. This past week, I was working with all kinds of stuff for a variety of the shows that we wind up doing here, and wound up blowing away all the settings. I'm missing my Gravis sound drivers. Yeah, you know what? That's exactly right, buddy. I am missing all my Gravis sound drivers. Yeah, and so we wound up blowing away all of these different settings that I had on the machine here. So unfortunately, that also meant that the drivers for and the settings that I had for Rewind here also got blown away. And this was the last one that I wasn't able to go in and check before we went live today, which really kind of stinks, but that's what happens when you do this stuff live. So we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot these things. But let me know if, did you play any Lucasfilm or LucasArts games, when you were growing up? What were some of your favorites? And we'll see if we can go ahead and peek into those too. But yeah, let me go ahead and head back over here to the studio mode. I'm keep you in suspense here while I'm trying to figure out how we fix this here. Let me see. Let's get that in here. Let's go ahead and get, let me see. Where is my scene here? Wow, man, I didn't realize how many scenes we also have in the Rewind setup here. So yeah, okay. So we want to do, let's see, maybe is it wave out? We're going to do that wave out? No. We're going to do audio out, maybe. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see if, now maybe, we didn't have the audio hooked up for this, or there may be limited audio in that. So, we're going to go ahead and try a different game as well to make sure that it is. Let's see if we can get this to work. And if not, man, this may be a really short episode this week if we can't go ahead and get this to work. Or I'm just going to go play them and, talk through them as we go along here. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. See if we can't get this to work. All right. Where are we now? Are we in the living room? No, there we are. Commander Keen. Yeah, let's see. Original id software. That is really bizarre that we're not able to go ahead and get the game to load the audio. Very, very interesting. Let's not use a custom audio device. Let's try to go ahead and play this out this way. Are we going to get this to work? Oh. Oh, there we go. All right, now we got a little bit of that. Commander Keem. All right. Let me go ahead and shut up this studio mode so I can actually see what I'm doing here. Of course, this is id Software's Commander Keen. That's how many Keens I've got. That's how many ray guns I got. That's how many charges I got. You hear it? You hear it? Yeah, I hear that too. Yeah. Hooray, we did it. We went ahead and got the audio working, which is great. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Your ship's missing parts. Go get them. Press a key. Is it space? No. Is it... how do I get through here? It's not going to let me through there? Yeah, some of these we really did need the dangum instructions for, right? All right, now that we went ahead and have that done, let me go ahead and switch back over, and let's see if we can't go ahead and get Loom working again. So we're going to go ahead and apply those settings there, and yeah, let's go ahead and check that out and see if we can't get this to work. So let me see here. HIJKL. Let's see. All right. Let's see if that is going to work. And we are going to switch back over here, and we are going to select. Oh, you know why? That's why. Because, Mark, you were pretty close to being correct. We were using the wrong sound driver for this, right? Which stunk. Okay, let's see if we can't get this thing working properly here. Let's see. Oh, the mouse is really super sensitive on it. Man, I am not having much luck getting this thing to work today. We may have to go ahead and postpone this for another time because, shoot, all right, you need a little more music. Let's go ahead and try one more time to get that done. My goodness, that is ridiculous. Let me go ahead and see, too. Let's look at... maybe it's just going to be me dancing here the entire time. You don't want that. But, yeah, let me go ahead and see what we've got here. All right. Let us go ahead and grab this one here. And let me go ahead and see if I can't go ahead and get this thing reset so we can give that a shot and see if we can't get some gameplay going there. This is one of those things, right? Even working with PC emulators and working with DOSBox and things like this, that would be a good Wii episode. What would be a good Wii episode? I missed that. I should have been paying attention to that. Tell me, my friend. All right, let's see. Let's go, let's go try a different game then. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and give this a... Oh, regarding the dancing? Of course it would be. Yeah, we'll definitely get that going. Let's see, what are we going to play now? let's see. Well, not play now. What are we going to be able to try and play since we haven't been able to play anything yet? But, oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and give this one a shot. Because we did an episode last week on video pinball. And it's something that I really do love. And yeah, let's see if we can't go ahead and play this one here. Oh, there we go. All right, now we got a little bit of that audio kicking in there. And let's go ahead. Let me drop that down. Okay. Absolutely. All right, so now I think we have our audio working. Do we have our audio working? Can you hear the game in the background? Somebody hit me in chat and let me know. And yeah, let's go ahead and give this a shot. Epic Pinball by the company you think it is. Epic, for sure, for sure. Let's see. Is it going to do it? All right, let's go ahead and give Android a shot. So yes. I do love me some digital pinball. So let's go ahead and give this a shot and see what... Oh. Listen to that. That's super Android for you. All right, here we go. Pulling that plunger back, and let's see. Is it both of these? I think it's just the left and right shift. Man, look at that. We're racking up some high scores right there at the top. Ooh! Now, think about the era in which this game was released and the type of games that we were playing, on DOS computers. We went from CGA, right, all the way into EGA. I'm adjusting the volume down here. All the way into EGA-based games. And then VGA, of course, which was incredible at the time. But, these games, it was developers at the time really honing their craft, learning how to best use the system's capabilities to create better, more realistic experiences. And, this was one of those games, really popular back in the day, too, because it also came with, I think, four boards. So, yeah, look at that. Oh, you even have a tilt there. Although the tilt is only, I think, up and down. It's not like left to right. And it certainly is a far cry from the other pinball games that we were playing last week, right? Even in the same era, you had, game consoles. Oh, no bonus. You had game consoles like the TurboGrafx 16 that had really incredible pinball games. Alien Crush and Devil's Crush on there. But those systems were designed specifically for playing video games, not general purpose machines like home computers were, at the time and during this era. And so we didn't have a lot of the same capabilities in generalized PCs. We didn't have standards. We didn't have machines that were just dedicated to doing graphics and just dedicated to sound. In fact, a lot of, MS-DOS games back in that era were all done using, the speaker, right? Sound cards didn't come until a little bit later in the life of PC games, actually quite a bit later. So, if you compared this game to other game consoles at the time, you'd feel that it was a bit underwhelming, even though it's a competent, pinball game that's kicking my ass right now. And it is game over. And look, they were doing all that stuff, the little DMP, right? All of those. We'll just put that in there. Let's go ahead and exit back to the screen and try a different table here. Let's do a little Excalibur and see what that has to offer. But yeah, so, again, at this time, we were just learning how to utilize these systems. We had underwhelming hardware from a game perspective compared to, a dedicated game console. But if you had a PC at home, this is what you were playing. Oh, look at that. That was a good screen flash right there, too. We got those wood textures up there. Oh, and we have one straight down the gutter there, right? Yeah, because I suck at this, apparently. Also, talking while you're trying to play these things is a bit distracting, you know? So, all right, here we go. Let's see. And then we're going to go ahead and try a different game here of a different genre. But I wanted to make sure that the audio was working, and it turns out the audio was working. I just went ahead and had it set up incorrectly. So we're going to go ahead and pop back over to Loom. And because I do want to talk about that, I mean, it was, point-and-click adventure games back during this era were amazing, right? But we were really learning that craft. Loom did something entirely different, which was all of the attacks, if you will, were all musically based. So you had to actually have notation that you put onto, you had to basically compose in order to create the spells that you would use to go ahead and get through the game. And I remember that was the first adventure game that I played through in one day with one of my very close friends, Brett, and his brother Craig. And we just sat down and made sure that we cranked through that for the day. But yeah, I mean, this is what we were playing, back then, right? But it's important it is important to go back and look at where we came from, so we really understand how to best create the games that we have today, and learn from techniques from the past, learn from pure game design elements, because the games really had to hold together from a gameplay perspective, just because we didn't have the luxury of the type of graphics that we have today or the audio that we have today. So yeah, this is Epic Pinball by Epic Games. And there we are, game over. All right, I'm going to go ahead and move us out of here, back over to... let's go ahead and pop a little music on while we're... This is our music selection, or our game selection screen. That's how I'm going to refer to it. So I'm going to go ahead and reset this system and find another game for us to go ahead and dig into. Now that we know we have the audio working correctly, now that we know the controls working correctly, now I can actually get on with the getting on and playing some more of these games. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and revisit. Let's go revisit one of the very first horror games. All right. Let's get back over and go ahead and explore Being Alone in the Dark by Infogod. 1992. Absolutely crazy how long ago this was. And this game, this is the precursor to, oh my goodness, to the Resident Evil series, to Sweet Home, Clock Tower, right? Those sorts of games. Yeah, let's go begin a new game and check this out. Who do we want to be? I think, here we go.
On my door, a dull brass plate says, Private Detective. The few friends I have call me Carnby.
Carnby.
The others call me the Reptile. I don't care to think what my banker calls
What is a game with great music?
These days, I leave
opinion?
my letters unopened.
Oh my goodness!
Bills
If you're talking about
to
the
send in
DOS,
receivers
if you're talking
just
about in the DOS
ruin
era,
my day.
man, that is a tough one. The LucasArts games, right? Lucasfilm games, those all had incredible music, incredible scores to them. But I mean, my goodness, there's just so many games that have such memorable music. Honestly, as I mentioned, one of the games that I really loved playing, still do, are the Devil's Crush and Alien Crush games. Both of them just had incredible soundtracks. But the Devil's Crush one, yeah, I mean, I can still hear it in my head, as, responding to your comment there. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Now, because I'm not running it on original hardware, right, it may be faster in some places or slower in some places, which is also something really interesting about programming systems in that era, and Mark can attest to this too. a lot of times developers would basically program this up unbound and kind of directly attached to cycle timing for a particular CPU because they're trying to squeeze as much performance as they could out of the game or out of the system. And so when you try to emulate that today, right, using DOSBox or things of that nature, sometimes, it's trying to attach itself to the speed of the processor and it just becomes blisteringly fast to the point that you can't even play it, right? And then developers go ahead and people that work in emulation and preservation, they go ahead and create patches that will go ahead and help to slow those back down so they play as they did on original systems, right? Which is really super interesting. But also, again, it's about wringing as much power as you could out of the machine back then. Today, we don't have to worry about that as much because everything is so powerful, right, and performant. But although we still do, right, at the top end, right, the AAA and the really, games that are really trying to crush the renderer and games that are basically squeezing everything they can out of the system. But the reality is that most of the games you make today or play today, we don't have to worry about the same constraints that we did back during this era. So, okay, listen to the music, look at these graphics, but there were still some jump scares during this era too. All right, so here we go. Let me make sure. Let's see. Do they have? We are going to learn the controls together because, okay, here we go. That's the fighting one, right? Which one is this here? Do we have a run? No, we have a walk slowly button. All right, so here we are rolling around. Yeah, the rendering does seem really good, but you'll notice that very few objects in the game. Well, there's really no texture mapping, right? This is all garage shaded stuff, right? And you walk really at a snail's pace. Okay, let me see. Do I have... All right. Oh, I see. Okay, so my actions, I can open and search. Right, so you have to... Okay, that's how it works. All right. So I have an old Indian cover, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. So the way this works, the controls for this work, you don't have separate buttons for all the different things you're going to do. Oh, that's right. I remember this part. Oh, and that scared the bejesus out of us when we were younger and playing. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to go into a subscreen and then choose what your action is going to be. And so now my single action button is ready to fight. So let's go on over and fight this baddie. Come on. Can I do that? So I'm not really in the scene yet with the baddie. So, oh, I am. Okay, hold on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Fight. Fight already. Oh, yeah. Listen to that. Oh, terrible. Oh, yes, there's another one. All right, get back. You can't really change the camera angles here, much like in a Resident Evil, a sort of game. Okay, that's 3. How many more is it going to take to get this guy? All right, there we go. You heard it groan and grunt like a human. And come on, come on. Come on. Come on, go, go, go. Go! Shoot. How do I get out of here? Look how slow you're moving. This is part of what made the game so nerve-wracking was you couldn't get the heck out of the way fast enough. Look at the collision detection, but... Come on, let me see. Okay, do I have to hold that down? Okay, maybe I do. Okay. So, yeah, so let me see. There we go. That's 2. Come on, get him one more time. What is that supposed to be, anyway? Wow, it is not letting me go and take him out. I need to get the heck out of here. Okay, well, let's make our way over to the corner of the room. No, come on. And I kicked him from behind. What kind of nonsense is that? Oh, there we go. Is that it? Oh, okay. All right, we went ahead finally, and beat him. So I think, okay, stop it already. You don't need to fight anymore. Can I take this lamp? I'm gonna take that lamp. And then let's see. I think there was. We need to open and search. Is there something on the floor? Oh, there it is. Oh, zombie. Okay, now I need to get the heck out of there because that is bad news right there. Can we get out of that door? So yeah, so all of these are really, flat shaded polygons, gross shaded environments. Let me see. I need to open that door and get out. Can I do that? It's gonna let me do it? No. Shoot. Wait a minute. Can I go down that way? No, I can't. Of course, now I can't see where the zombie is behind. There it is. Oh, we're gonna die. Here we go. All right, we may as well go in and fight now because we're about to get our butts handed to us by a zombie. Although, if it's easier to beat him than it was that dog thing that jumped through, then that's pretty sad, right? It's so much fun to go back and play these games because I remember when this game first came out and how tension-filled it was and how nerve-wracking it was. Look at that. I'm just now sitting here holding the space bar, holding towards the zombie. And we're just going to keep kicking him until he's down. Then we're going to jump into another game. But if you want to know where these games, the games that we play today, got their inspiration from, this was the first game that kind of set the 3D horror genre forward. Okay, I can't get out of here. At least let's try to get downstairs. Let's see if we can do that. Where is the downstairs? You see, yeah, I'm stuck behind geometry in the room. But again, like I was saying, in this era, everybody was exploring, with what we were able to do from a storytelling medium, how we were able to go ahead and create these experiences. And so this is what came out of it. And it's lovely in so many ways, right? All right, let's see if there's anything anything in the trunk. Let's see what's in there. Oh! Wouldn't that have been helpful? To have had a rifle. How about this here? Can we open this? No, we can't open the floor. Yeah, so I don't know how to get out of there. Okay, so that is Alone in the Dark. I'm going to go see if I can go ahead and find one of the other games that were mentioned earlier in the chat. So let's hop back on over here while I get that sorted and taken care of. And yeah, a little bit of game selection music while we're waiting for that. I need to go ahead and reset my system over here that I'm playing all these games on. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So that was Alone in the Dark. My goodness, I haven't played that in years. So much fun to go through and start playing that again. Brings up such good memories. Oh, I've got one for us. For sure. You like high-speed racing games with high-speed thrills? Of course you do. As do I. Let's go check this one out. This one was created by Bullfrog Systems. This one is called High Octane. Listen to the music of this thing. And when we saw these, we lost our minds because this was all pre-rendered stuff, right? So this was the level of pre-rendered systems that game developers had access to back in this era. And it was glorious by Bullfrog Productions, which I believe is Peter Molyneux's old company, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go. We've got... Let's see, we've got our options here. Oh, let's see. Can we change details? Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's put some shading on. Let's add some sky. Let's get some texture mapping going. We can even, well, we're not going to change resolutions because it's working. So we don't want to go ahead and mess with it right now. Let's go ahead and head back to the main menu. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. All right, let's try a little single race. So if you grew up playing games like Wipeout, this is the precursor to games like Wipeout. Okay, here we go. Amazon Delta Turnpike, a perfect name for the for this episode here. All right, let's go ahead and see. Oh, look at this guy right here. The KD1 Speeder, Mad Medicine, right? So you have all these different stats for it and everything else. There's the Berserker. Oh, look at that one. You know, that one is going to cause some problems. Okay, this one, Vampire, Mad Medicine, Speed, Weight, Fiber. Yeah, let's go ahead and select that one. All right, let's give it a shot. Loading up that level. Look at that pre-rendered screen. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, and there we go. There's that little fog of war in the back there that is obscuring our vision. Look at how glorious this was. So you can see, even though, you know, the frame rate's probably, 15 frames a second, you can see there is some texture mapping going on there, as, you know, as low resolution as it is, as blocky as it is. You've got the racetrack that actually has height to it, right? So going up and down versus just trying to fake it. And so you can see that while not the most exciting game, I do remember when, you know, this game first came out, you're playing it on real hardware. There were all kinds of things you could do to speed up the system and to trick it and to try to eke out as much memory or speed as you could out of the thing. But this is basically the precursor to Wipeout, you know? And you can see, I mean, you can see that. You can see, you know, where Wipeout and this would kind of fall into the same family tree, right? Let's see, do I have any weapons on me? Let's see. Yeah, I got a little bit of pew-pews there. And yeah, there's McLean. Look at that. It's got smoke trailing out of the back. It's got damage to your windshield. It's got a pit that you can move into as well. Oh, yeah, but I'm going to completely bite it here. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, and some of these games, you know, we go back and we look through them with rose-tinted glasses sometimes. Clearly, it's what we're doing here. But still, it really, you know, it's interesting to go back and take a look at what they were trying to do. It was really about trying to deliver experiences that the systems really weren't capable of delivering. And that's what makes these so impressive, is the fact that they were able to squeeze this much performance out of them. You know, all right, let me see. There we go. Fuel's recharging. Right. So instead of, oh, look at, they're firing at me in the pit too. So rather than just be, bands on the side of the track like in F-Zero, or areas that you can pick up like in Wipeout, you actually had to go into the pit to go ahead and refuel, and they could still attack you in there. So yeah, so that one is high octane. And my goodness gracious, that one is that one's a little bit hard to go ahead and play. I do have to admit that. All right, let's go ahead and reset our machine over here. And what's nice is, you know, again, going back and revisiting these games out of my library, I was able to go and put them into the Mister stack that I use over here, and yeah, you know, being able to go ahead, like I said, and have a compact way to go ahead and replay these things is really a joy. Really, truly a joy. All right, let's see. Let's give, oh, I know what we're going to try next. Let's get a little out of this world. How about that? A little out of this world. And yeah, I think we're going to be able to, let's see. We're going to choose this one here, and let's move back on over. Let's see if that's going to work. Oh, you know what? It won't, because I think I need to go ahead and select. This is one of the other crazy things is you had different ways of utilizing memory inside of a DOS machine. You had high memory, you had extended memory, you had memory managers, and the whole idea was to be able to use memory that really shouldn't have been available to the game, and basically tap into that resource. But there were different memory managers that would page memory and do all of the kinds of crazy things. So you had to make sure that you were using the right type of memory expander depending on the game you were playing. And I believe this one required the extended memory manager. And yeah, let's go ahead and see how that worked. Let's go ahead and use the Sound Blaster version there. And let's see if that's going to work. Nope, that wasn't it. Let's go ahead and give this another shot and see if we can go ahead and get it to work. That is one of the other the other things about DOS games is a lot of trial and error goes into getting them to actually run, which is part of the fun. I mean, if you talk to people that really grew up in that era, you know, playing these games, again, a lot of it was, can I make it work? Can I get this stuff to run correctly? Yeah, it was something. It certainly was. Oh, that is why. That is why. Because another thing that you would have to do sometimes is you would have to turn off and on different caches in the system. So, for example, this one requires that your L1 cache, your level 1 cache, is off in order for the game to work. So now let's see if we can get that to work. Here we go. That one is off. We're going to head back. We're going to reset and apply these settings to the game. And here we go. Let's see if we can get it to work now. If you're really interested in the history of video games, you're really interested in preservation and those sorts of things, there's a bunch of different ways for you to explore, past library of content. And this is one of them. The Mister project is one of my favorite ways to do so because it is hardware-based emulation, not software-based emulation. So the actual hardware is emulating the way the actual hardware used to work. And this makes it really just a very compelling gameplay experience because you are playing the system the way the software is running on hardware that it believes, right? Or it operates really almost identically to the original hardware. And guess what? We have our game up and running. Let's go ahead and not miss the opening here. Now, the thing about this game is that it was entirely done by one single developer. Graphics, audio, gameplay. And one of the things that we talk about in game development. In fact, I was just interviewing Greg Zeschuk and Ray Muzica from BioWare, the co-founders of BioWare. And we were talking about all the things that you used to have to do in game programming to create the experience that you wanted. And really, creative use of art, creative use of technology allowed us to make the worlds feel more expansive than they were, right? Or bigger than they were. If you look here, there's nothing texture mapped in this world. Everything is flat shaded. I even think there's garage shading in here, right? So everything is flat shaded. So everything that you see is happening through art, right? The shadows that are being cast. It's just, literally painting the pixels in just a different color and painting them into the space. Very low resolution compared to what we have today, but super compelling. Like when you're looking at this scene here, it looks like you're looking through a translucent, not augmented reality, but, a translucent hologram of a display. All of that is art. It's not actually, doing all of those transparencies and everything else. It's art, right? All right, so you're here at your particle accelerator. And the experiment begins in 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. You're going to head in. Now, I think I've got the controller hooked up for this one. Here we go. You never go... This is a lesson, kids. Never do your experiments when there's a lightning storm outside. Okay? All right, here we go. And he is going to hopefully get hit here by some lightning and get sucked in. Now, at the time that I first played this game, I was working for a small little company called Soft Warehouse that eventually became CompUSA. And I remember when this game popped in, we had it playing at the front desk, and we were just completely blown away by this whole thing. All right, now let's see. Boom, here we go. And oh, no. Okay, so I've got to use the keyboard. I don't have the mouse hooked up for this. So let's go ahead and do that again. All right, so here you are in the world. And you just got transported someplace. Now, here's the really cool thing. This is like a lot of emergent gameplay that takes place. Let me go ahead and get my bearings here. Okay, so control is to run, and alt is to stomp. So you can see that tentacle that's coming out. If you were to stand still, actually, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what happens. So, you made your way out of the pool, and now you're trying to figure out what you need to do. And, oh, why is that tentacle coming out of there? Oh, let's see. If I stand still, let's see what it does. It should go ahead and grab me and pull me back in there. And this is a game that holds up really, really well. There you go. And he pulled you back in. So, again, when you first pop into the world here, you're kind of left figuring out, what the controls are. So you press up, you start swimming away. You can see the tentacles coming up from the bottom. So now you know that's going to happen again. What's that thing up on the hill? Don't know. Okay, so now you're in this scene with the slugs here. Love this. Okay, these vampire slugs come dropping down. You have to make sure you stomp on all of them. Now, the other thing, too, is they have animation routines that don't break, which means you have to get to the end of, the partial walk cycle, for example, before you're able to act in the game or choose a different control. So you have to be really careful in these types of scenes, especially, okay, nope, he's going to get my leg. There we go. And now you dead. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm going to give him all of those. Yeah, laughing at him too. All right, let's go ahead and give this a shot again. Boom, here we're back to the water scene, and we're going to go up. And we're going to get out of the water here. Okay. Now, which one was that? Okay. That's alt is, let me see. And okay, let me see. Okay. Up is jump. Alt is stomp. Control is run. So, all right. Different slugs in different areas. Let's go get them. Now, you also notice there really isn't a soundtrack to this game because it's all about the environment. It's about the environment, right? And just listening to the sounds of the world. Oh, shoot. Okay, that slug is too close to the top here. Let's see. I need to get him out of the way. So how are we going to do that? Nope. Shoot. All right. One more time. We got to go ahead and get past this because you'll see exactly what happens. And so it's one of these games you play it over and over again to learn what to do each time you get into those scenes, right? So, okay. So now you're coming out of the water there. There we go. Get out of there. Don't run going into there. Oh, we already told you that. Yeah, look at that slug right there at the top. He was not in a good place for me. But that's also a bit cheap, right? Having the enemy right there at the beginning of the screen when you come walking in, that's a bit of a cheap hit. But that's all right. Okay, we got past that one. Don't run into the next screen there. I know you can see the influence of games like this on games like, Abe's Odyssey, right? And Oddworld, those types of games. Oh, shoot. No. Oh, damn. All right. Here we go. Come on. One more time. We got to get through it. Here we go. All right. So you're up here. And all right, let's go ahead and get onto the next screen. Oh, get out of the way of that guy. Right? And you can't hit him right away as he hits the ground. Oh, see, that's what I meant about not being able to engage depending where you are in the animation cycle, because he was still animating while I was trying to, or my character, Conrad, Conrad was from the other game, still animating when I tried to hit the stomp button. And so that didn't work. Okay. Make sure I got the right buttons. That happens to me quite often, actually. I'll be playing a game and I'm like, oh, wait, what was that button again? Okay, so there are two sluggos there. All right, let's see. Okay, good. All right. Let's see. Okay. So at least this guy, okay, we're going to force him to drop and then hit them. Boom, boom. Okay, this guy here is going to do the same. Hit him. Boom, boom. Wow, this has got a lot of slugs on this page here. Okay. 1, 2. All right, so, now imagine you're going through this and you're making your way through and you got almost all the slugs. We're going to get this last one here and clear it out. And you're like, phew, I wonder if there are any more slugs on the next screen. And you run over here and there's nothing. You start running. Oh, now what do? So we start running back in the other direction. And here, oh, no, almost got you. Got to run past him and jump. No! Oh, no. Oh, no. Where is it going to put me now? Shoot. Oh, it's going to take me back to the water. All right, one more time. We have to get through this. All right. We're going to have to... What? Okay, I'm hitting the button up there. All right, let's see. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. One more time. We're going to have to do a follow-on to this episode where I get some of the kinks worked out. Okay, so... All right, so that's the jump button, right? So I should be able to run and jump. Okay, yeah, that's what I was doing. Running and then jumping, right? Oh, okay, I should have to keep holding that in the same... in the same direction. So we'll go and try one more time. Let's see this. Get past these slug. Okay, we're not going to get past the sluggos. Damn it! All right, let's go ahead and just move on to another game before we have to get out of here for the weekend. Oh my goodness gracious! Yes, lots of craziness in doing, in playing these old DOS games, right? All right, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and reset our system. I need to go to make sure that cache is back on because it may break the next game that we're going to go ahead and try to play. We'll go ahead and reset the system to do that. And there, now, if you do have original hardware, there's all kinds of really cool things that you can use to, again, re-experience these older games. They sell things like flashcard adapters, so you could go ahead and plug it into the IDE slot on your older machine, and it will act like a hard drive, and then you can keep your entire DOS collection on a little, compact flash card. So they have all kinds of ways to go ahead and re-experience these games. A lot of, PC games too are in the realm of what we call abandonware, right? A lot of them they're archived, they're just out of print, they're not available anymore. And so there's all kinds of exchanges for that. In the real world, you go to swap meets and things like that where you can pick up these games. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ways to re-experience these older games, and really just so much fun to go back. Really so much fun to go back and replay through these things and know where we came from and the things that were important. And it's a time machine, right? It takes you back to when you were a kid playing these. At least it does for me. And not quite a kid, but, enough of a kid. For some of you, when you were a kid, there were no DOS machines around, right? So, yeah, it is pretty awesome. All right, let's see, what else do we want to go ahead and give us a shout here? Oh, Star Control 2. That one's going to take a long time. Rebel Assault, which we just played last week. That was or not last week, 2 weeks ago. That one was a lot of fun. Let's see. There's some of these take a long time to play, like the Sim City ones and Theme Park and things like the Ultima series, of course. Really, really crazy. We have Wing Commander here too. My goodness. Wizardry, which the Wizardry game was just released by our friends over at Digital Eclipse, kind of a remake of that. Really, really cool. And no, not Zork ones. What we may need to do is one time, and actually we're going to do this in an upcoming episode. I'm going to play through a marathon of the new Nintendo World Championship game. And I'm thinking about doing a 12-hour-long marathon for this. And that way, other people that want to go ahead and share their high scores or be able to play online and do those things, we're going to go ahead and jump in and do all of that. So that one's going to be a lot of fun. So it made me think about it because that one's going to take a little bit longer than an hour, right, to get into and start playing. Let's go ahead and... let me see. We have Rise of the Triad. Let's go ahead and take a look at this fellow here. This one is, you'll know who this is. Let me see. Maybe not. We'll see. Let's put we have another piece of music there. Let's see. Sam and Max. You know what? Let's go with another. Well, they're all classics, but now it's just a matter of what we can get up and running. Actually, here, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and play a little bit of this. And if you're still around and want to hang out, tell me what to go ahead and do here. So we're going to play a little bit of the Oregon Trail, right? We talk about a classic game that has impacted so many people, so many developers. Here we go. This is one of them. All right. We are going to... What are we going to do? We're going to... Let's learn about the trail first. Try taking a journey across a covered wagon across 2,000 miles of plains. And actually, I'm going to put this music on here in the background because this one's going to be a bit of a long play, I think. Right? Yeah. This is going to be a bit of a long play. All right. 2,000 miles of plains, rivers, mountains, try. On the plains, you will slosh your oxen through mud and water-filled ruts, or will you plod through dust 6 inches deep? Let me see. All right, we'll keep that music turned down. We'll just keep that in the background there. All right, let's go ahead and press the space. How many? What about supplies? The downloads, blah, blah, blah. We all know how to play this. Escape key. Here we go. Here are the creators of it. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and travel the trail. How about that? What are we going to be? A banker from Boston, a carpenter from Ohio, a farmer from Illinois. Let's see what the differences are there. I don't know. If you're a bank, you'll have more money for supplies. However, the harder you have to try, the more points you deserve, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it basically is banker is first, easiest, but earns the least. Farmer's hardest, but earns the greatest amount of points. Let's go right down the middle. Let's just be a carpenter from Ohio. What is the first name of the wagon leader? Red shirt. Red shirt. Okay, what are the other 4 members of your party? That one. Kiddo one. Kiddo. And Kudu. Okay, there we go. Are these names correct? Why, yes, they are. It's 1848. Your jumping off place for Oregon is in... let me see, actually. Let's stop that one. Let's put on... There we go. A little bit of swirl there. 1848. Your jumping off place for Oregon is Independence, Missouri. You must decide which month to leave Independence. We're going to go ahead and leave in March. right? Because we want as much time as we can to get out. Leaving Independence, you should buy equipment and supplies for $800 in cash. Woo, that's a lot. You don't have to spend it all now. Let's go to, let's see. We need a team to pull oxen, food for our trip. All right, so we need oxen for sure. We want to buy 2. Let's see. No, we want to buy oxen 1. 3 yoke, 4, 8. Let's do 4. Right? You recommended 3. Let's do 4. All right, we have 160. Although I like how it doesn't subtract the money for you, so you need to keep track of that yourself. We need food for sure. I reckon 200 pounds of food for each person in your family. Woo! It's 20 cents a pound. How many pounds of food am I going to need? 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's see. Can we do 1,000 pounds of food? Yep, there we go. We're going to need some, we need some clothing for sure. Yeah, that's absolutely for sure. We're going to need some clothing. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, so we'll do 10. And ammunition, we're definitely going to need ammunition because you know it's rough out there. Let's see. Boxes, 20 bullets, boxes cost 2. How many do I want? I want 20 boxes. And how much in spare parts? Let's see. A wagon wheel, $10 each. So we probably need 2 wagon wheels, 2 axles, and, well, 2 tongues. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and do that. You're good and ready to start. Here we go. We're making that journey. Right, here we go. Independence, March 1st, 1848. And let's see. We may continue on our trail, check supplies, look at the map. Let's go ahead and look at our map and see where we are. Map of the Oregon Trail. There we are, over there at the start, and we need to make our way over. Let's see. Weather's cold. We're good. Pace is steady. The rations are filling. Let's see. Let's talk to some people and see what's going on in there. Town resident tells you some folks seem to think that 2 ox are enough to get them to Oregon. So silly. 2 ox can barely move a fully loaded wagon. If one of them gets sick or dies, you won't be going anywhere, but it will be delicious. I wouldn't go overland with less than 6. I've got 4. So we're just going to continue on the trail to see what happens. From Independence, 102 miles to the Kansas River crossing. Here we go. Let's see. A broken axle. You'd like to try to repair it? Why, yes, I have a couple of them. You were able to repair it? Let's go. It looks like you're now at Kansas River crossing. Would you like to look around? Yeah, let's look around and see what's going on at the Kansas River crossing. Oh, now I remember playing this again when I was really young. And it was so much fun just to see, these graphics and to make it more accessible, right? History lessons, basically, right, through this. Really, really cool. It's cold, steady, rations filling. We're going to continue on that trail. Let's cross the river in order to continue. The river's point is currently 630 feet across, 5.7 feet deep in the middle. Yeah, you know what? Let's just attempt to forge the river. Why not? Oh, the river's too deep. You lose 5 cents of clothing, 4 oxen. Holy moly. I've just lost a day. And would you like to look around? No, because we're going to just cross that river, and we're just going to basically see if we can't get everybody to choose. One wagon, 2 wagon tongues, 1 oxen tongue. That would have been great. Let's just keep doing it. Let's just keep going. No, we don't need any. Oh, that one has a fever. Do I want to take a look around? Sure, I want to take a look around at Fort Kearney. Everyone looks so nice. No, let's just continue on the trail. Let's just go ahead and drive this straight into the ground here. Severe blizzard, lose 1 day. Do you want to? No, I don't want to try to repair. We just want to go. I want to replace with a spare part. Okay. Let's see. What is my choice? We're going to just continue on that trail. We're going to just continue pushing. That one has dysentery. Let's see. We're just going to continue on the trail. And then a thief comes during the night and steals 19 bullets. Well, what was the point of having protection? Press as your chimney rock. Would you like to look around? No, we just wanted to forge our way forward, right? Continue on the trail. No, I don't want to look there. I just want to get to Oregon. Let's go. I don't want to look around. I want to go, go, go. Go, go, go. Oh, one died. Let's continue on the trail. Oh, cholera. Terrible. Oh. Oh no. Terrible. But this was the game that we were playing back then. This was the Oregon Trail. So yet another DOS game, and one that was foundational, right, in when we were growing up and playing it. Of course, you know, we have the shirts that say, don't die of what? Dysentery, because that's typically how everybody... Here lies Red Shirt. Oh, poor Red Shirt. Can't believe that happened. Terrible, terrible. Horrible, horrible. But that was a little quick jaunt through some of the DOS games from back in the day. Like I said, I'm going to spend some time collecting like the top maybe 5 games that really kind of stood out in each one of in the era of DOS games, get those together and kind of put them on a loop so we don't have some of the problems that we had when I started this up today. Again, it was a pretty hectic week this week. There was a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of work that we're doing over here at AWS in games and game technology. And then I also had a mishap with the entire studio setting, but we got everything back to normal and everything is working again. So next week, it's going to be a little smoother. We're not going to have to worry about the type of issues. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that we did on today. But that's going to take us to the end of this episode of Rewind. And I just want to thank you for being here. Remember, if you're a video game developer of any size from AAA to indies, make sure you head on over to aws.amazon.com/GameTech to discover the products, services, and solutions that we offer to help you on your cloud game development journey. And if you're a beginner looking for a clear starting point to help you build a career or learn to produce games in the AWS cloud, we recommend you start with an AWS Learning Plan. This set of on-demand courses will increase your knowledge of game servers and game analytics and help you grow your technical skills to solve real-world game development, compute, and analytics problems, and you can demonstrate your knowledge to the world by earning digital badges. Head on over to aws.training/GameTech to start your AWS for Games learning plan today. And I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Waterflame for allowing us to use his music here on Rewind. Make sure you head on over to his YouTube channel at Waterflame Music to check out his incredible work. And if you care about preserving the history of video games as much as I do, make sure you head on over to the Video Game History Foundation's website at gamehistory.org. They're doing incredible work to preserve the history of our industry for future generations. And I want to thank you for stumbling our way through DOS games this Friday afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your day, an awesome weekend. Watch the opening of the Olympics tonight, and we'll see you next week on Rewind.